Chris Level here with another edition of Patriot Talk. Katelyn Anderson breaking the seal on the Patriot volleyball talk right here. Coach Anderson with me today. Appreciate you tuning in for this one. And Coach Anderson's team off to a red-hot start. Probably should have talked to her a couple weeks ago, but we're on the cusp of district play. 17-6. Our Coach Anderson's team. So pretty salty bunch. Yeah. So how the heck are you?
You know what? I'm doing real good. I am loving everything. I'm excited about everything. Every game it's just like every game's the first game is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's just, everybody keeps asking, how are you doing this mom life plus this new head coach life? And I'm like,
and we'll get into that. Yeah.
I'm great. I am. It's just everything about this right now is just, it's really fun.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
Let's back up and talk about how you got here and all these things. At what point did you want to be like head coach and like even think, this new school's opening up? I know Coach Sexton, like maybe this would work. I mean, take me through that dynamic of how we ended up here.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted this. This is kind of the corny part. I've wanted to be a head coach since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I told my mom that was my dream job. I say that. My actual dream job is what I've been telling my family since I was young, is that I wanted to start my own program. And to be at a 3A school, and y'all are like, whatever. It's true. I graduated from Cooper. We were a 3A. I love the size of it. It's, not too big, not too small. Mm-hmm. It's just that perfect. And so I just told my family that that's what I wanted to do. And so, when this came, when we just kind of started hearing about Liberty, I start nudging Joe like, hey, this is my dream job. I mean, it's just something that I really wanted to do for a really long time. And I think you can ask any coach what coach wouldn't want to start their own program.
Very unique opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, we just get to start our own culture. Our kids say we are a cult culture, kind of at Liberty. And so, I just kind of didn't stay out of Joe's office, to be honest.
How long have you known Joe?
A very long time. So he, Coach Kat and Coach Sexton, they were my track coaches when I was at Cooper.
And you graduated when?
I graduated in 2013.
Okay. See, so you're a pup.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I graduated.
Kind of.
I graduated high school in, So I'm not gonna reveal that. But this was kind of ingrained in you. You've known these people, and then obviously this side of town is just blowing up, and so the school opens up, and it just sounds like it was a good fit. I know how much Coach Sexton thinks of you. But you seem genuinely like excited and happy, and that's what most of the coaches at Liberty feel like. It's new. They've come from smaller schools, a lot of them. Some of them have been at Cooper or the middle school or whatever, and it just seems like everybody gets along so well.
Yeah.
And you've dealt with some adversity.
Yeah.
Like in watching the thing grow, and it's still dealing with adversity. How have the facility issues messed with you a bit? Because you've had to just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You more than anybody. You and Joe Sports
have
had to just deal with a lot of headaches, if you will.
To be honest, our little saying that we've had is, and it's corny, but
that's what we do here.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, bumps in the road make beautiful destinations.
Okay, hey, I'm all about it. Put it on a Hallmark card.
Yeah. And so I've been really living by that for a while now, and I've hit about this week. And the girls are actually having to tell me now. The girls have been amazing. They haven't complained, not one bit. We're diving, and it's just like we're playing on a rodeo arena. I mean, it's just dirt back under. I mean, but we're blessed, and everything is just new, and it's there's been some bumps, don't get me wrong, and we're having to deal with right now our net's kind of messed up, and we may not be getting in our gym for the season, with our stands not being here and stuff. So, it is hard, but at the same time, I tell them at the end of the day, I said, we're Liberty. We're still Liberty. We're still we're still our group. Whether we play at Laura Bush Middle School or we play wherever we're playing, we're still Liberty, and that's the exciting part of it.
Long-term pain, short-term, no, what is it? Short-term pain, long-term gain. See, I botched it. I would not have been a Hallmark card writer. I messed up my deal. But at some point, this is going to be legit.
Oh yeah.
But you've, and I think your kids have just been great. I mean, turn Laura Bush into a home environment.
Right.
I know some young people that sit in the stands in those games, and
Oh, yeah.
they've been a mess. But it's been fun watching your group just kind of roll with it, and
Yeah.
just kind of, because honestly they don't know any different.
No.
And you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel on maybe what we could have, but it's just not there yet. So
Right.
I think that's probably why you're just kind of having to roll with it and wanted to get here quicker than later.
Yeah.
Tell me about how many kids are in the total program, because you have two teams. You have a varsity and a JV team.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Brewington coaching the JV, you're coaching the varsity. But how many total kids are in your team in your program right now?
Yeah, so we have 14 athletes on both teams, and then
Okay.
we have 2 managers on
Okay.
both those teams. So
And this was all from scratch. And you and I both know volleyball is very serious for Lubbock Cooper
Yes.
at all ages and levels. And there's a lot of folks that want to be in these teams, but you play 6 at a time. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
That's life. It's hard. And there's a lot of good players. And you've been #blessed with a lot of good players
Right.
on your varsity group. They are freshmen and sophomores. However, they've been hanging.
Yeah.
They've been doing just fine with playing big schools, playing schools out of town. And, take me through putting the schedule together.
oh gosh, it was hard. With us, and I say hiring late, it wasn't necessarily late, but with it being, I got hired in, I think beginning of March, I believe. We start, if you really look at it, volleyball starts in the summer.
Oh, yeah. Well, it really never stops.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. And so just trying to get teams. But, my big thing was I've been at a 5A. I know some of the competitions in the 5A, and I knew we were going to be a 3A, and I knew we were going to be young, but I was like, hey, we're going to go get some big teams. And so I really did try to get as many big teams as we possibly could. But at the end of the day, I was just reaching out to everybody, just trying to fill spots so we could just have games. We didn't get to be to have another tournament, so that's kind of why our record is a little bit lower number-wise than a lot of the other teams that you're seeing right now.
With total matches and stuff.
Yeah, we didn't get that other tournament in, but we've played some good solid teams. And
Yes, you have.
we held with everybody at the friendship tournament. Those were some solid teams up there, and we took some losses, which I think was good for us, to be honest. I had Campbell Beeler come up to me and said, on our first loss, she goes, Coach Anderson, that was my first loss I've ever had at Lubbock Cooper since 7th grade. And I looked at her and I was like,
you've got a lot of kids that are like that.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah. And, so sometimes losing is good for you. You learn. And so we went to that friendship tournament, and the thing is we held with everybody. We held with Bushland. We held with the teams that are solid. And, I told the girls, I said, yeah, we took the L on some games, but we got better.
Yeah, which is the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because, you've played Monterey, you've played Friendship, you've played Bushland. These are either really big schools, or these are schools that have been traditionally like long-time winning programs,
Right.
state champion
Oh, yeah.
programs in Bushland's case. And you've hung and I think gotten some wins there, because I'm sitting there watching you guys host Friendship the other day, and you'd scrimmaged them. I think you played them in the tournament, and you'd hung. But I'm thinking, like, when you do the math, you have, I think there's 326 kids at your school. They have close to, I don't know the exact number, but it's going to be somewhere between 3,500 and 4,000.
Yeah.
It's not the same as,
No.
and yet your girls compete, and they probably got frustrated at times
Yeah.
and all that, but they're also young, and it's all in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about let's go through your roster a little bit. You just kind of mention some names, or however you want to, or groups or whatever, because it's been fun to watch your your group deal with this and kind of pump you up at times.
Oh,
you know?
100%.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we can we start with our outsides or our pins. We have a few girls that are kind of going back and forth. But we have Campbell Beeler and Abby Dallas. They are playing our outside position right now with Bailey Fillingham. She's right behind them and doing an awesome job. She's a coachable kid. Those three are just, Campbell is our fire. She's aggressive and probably the most competitive kid I've ever coached. I mean, she just wants it. Sometimes she wants it too much, and she's not quite here yet. And we're like, hey, we got to focus up. She's like, yeah. But she's solid for our team.
You'd rather have more of that than not enough.
Oh,
though.
100%.
Yeah, it's easier to turn the volume down than it is to try to turn the volume up. Hey, man, what's wrong with you guys?
You never have to. You never have
exactly.
to do that with
Yeah,
Campbell.
that's right.
And then we have Abby Dallas. We know the Dallas name. So she's smart. She's got the volleyball IQ. She knows where to place the ball. She's doesn't have quite the power of what Campbell does, but she'll hit a fly. You tell her to swing left a little bit to the right and a little bit up, she can do it. Yeah. And that's really how she's been scoring on our team. She's probably one of the best scorers on our team.
Okay.
And then Bailey, she's got this high aggressive swing, and that's what we need. When we play at that lower level, we can just go. We always say you can just go bang, right? But when you get up to the higher level, you're having to look at the block. You're having to see left or right or high hands, and Bailey just does a really good job on reaching that high hands. And so that's kind of our outside group. For our middles, we have kind of three as well. Maddie Hyder is she's doing an awesome job right now. She's we kind of call her and Ellis our great wall because they are putting up a wall. And if you ask Campbell and Bailey and Abby, they're struggling right now in practice because they can't get it past Maddie and Ellis in the block. And so Maddie's just, and here's the thing, all of these, two of these girls were on my team last year. The rest of these girls were on Coach Apple's team. And I can't say it enough, and the girls can't say it enough of how Coach Apple.
Some of these kids were at middle school.
Yeah,
last year too.
True that.
Yeah,
we got freshmen.
Yeah.
But how Coach Apple just grew these athletes. Yeah. And so she did a great job. But Maddie was kind of overrunning the ball last year. And so she did this year. And I said, what is Coach Apple going to say? And she goes, I'm overrunning the ball. And so now she just coaches herself and just knows when she's doing that. But she's doing awesome. So same with Braylee Barron. She's another middle blocker that's getting touches on balls that we have to get touches on because, we don't. Then we're going to get some balls thrown at her face, So she's also doing a great job. She's getting good kills for us. Alyssa probably has, out of the blockers, her eye work. And, and we always say you can read or you can react. And we'd rather read before we react. And Alyssa just has great eye work. So those are our middles. We go to our oppo, and this is where the littles come in. So we got Lainey Gibson. Mm-hmm. She's got everything. She's solid. She's a great athlete, all the way around. But for the volleyball standpoint, she's got this figured out. She's competitive. She's starting to figure out, her shots, which is helping her out tremendously. And she's just a joy to be around. I mean, she's just awesome. So then we have Ellis, another freshman, and she's that tall, lanky, that volleyball, the volleyball body. That's just what she's got. And it took her a little bit to kind of learn the speed of the game, and I just kept telling her, hey, just be patient. She wanted to play. Like, just be patient. We're gonna learn the speed of the game. You're gonna get your time. And she's finally starting to get her time, and she's doing a great job.
It's hard for kids to be patient. They just don't see that
Oh, yeah.
there's a plan, and it takes a minute, you know.
Yeah.
In your back row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Katelyn. She's my libero right now, and she's awesome. She makes plays where you're just like, wow. Yeah, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
And you can tell because she's all bruised up. Her elbows are just. And
Court
then
burns.
we got Kennedy. She's one of our freshmen. Emily Southwell. She's on the left side that she plays. Right.
I mean, it's an active roster. You play most of them. I mean, they're all good. I mean, you know, it's been fun to watch. So district play starts this Saturday.
Yes.
And so now it's kind of like, you know, you reset the deck a little bit, and it's a new season. So take me through your district, because this is all new to a lot of people in this school district in general. It's a brand new district for you guys. Like, nobody has gone to these places, you know, because unless they grew up there. But take me through, because you open up with Littlefield, I believe, at home, which is at Laura Bush temporarily. But take me through your district and like what that looks like.
Yeah, so
Littlefield, Shallow Water. I mean, take me through all the Idalou. Yeah, I forgot all that.
Yeah, Littlefield, Shallow Water, Idalou, Childress, Tolia, and us.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely. It's, you know, we've been over there at the 5A, and so we got used to all of what the 5A is and all these 5A and going around, and now we're over here at the 3A and learning all these different 3A schools and kind of where they are. Are they here? Are they in the middle? Or kind of, you know, the thing about 3A is these kids just play with heart.
Yeah.
They just, you know, because they don't have all these people to choose from. And so they just kind of form this team, and these kids just, they don't give up. They have, you know, our word this year is grit, and they have it. And so that's just something that these girls have got to, what we've been working on is just not giving up, having grit, no matter what the score is just playing with and I know that playing with your heart. These girls are just, you know, over there have just kind of been winning.
Yeah.
And we got to find a little bit more.
Have they surprised you? Have you been better than you thought?
At times.
Or is it?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know, I've always kind of told the girls, I said, you know, I'm going to let you know when there's a team that's just flat out better than us. And we faced some of that. But, you know, during that friendship tournament, I'm just going to use Bushland. I mean, they're a good, solid team. I mean, state championships. And they're a little down this year, to be honest, than what they were last year. They lost a lot of great players. And so
that's part of the sport. You
I'm
graduate.
like, this is our year, you know. And when we went and battled with them, you know, we were disciplined, and it shocked me because I thought the freshmen and the sophomores were going to kind of start coming out because, you know, they're roller coasters. And they just stayed disciplined. They stayed, they did. They surprised me during that game, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of them. So.
And our man Cody, we want to say hello to you and our little man Breck.
Yeah.
6 months?
He's 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, about to be.
He's just kind of an innocent bystander watching mom do the volleyball thing, and he doesn't know about it yet. I don't know what his dream will be when he's 9 years old and speaking it into existence like his mom did. But that's got to be tough to juggle. But you're doing a great job.
Oh yeah, it's been tough. But to be honest, Breck loves the gym. He sleeps in the gym, and he sleeps.
It's kind of soothing. You just
Yeah.
hear like the volleyball bouncing or basketball bouncing, or just something about being in the gym and the smell of it.
Yeah,
you know,
he's you know, and I say that I'm down there coaching, and sometimes I'll look up at my husband, and he's just like, he's bouncing, and I can't. And I think, you know, that I can't do it without him. I mean, my husband's.
Yeah. I
can't
good.
do this job without him.
He's good people.
Yeah.
Yep. The other members of the family, whenever you're a coach, are key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coaches' wives, or in this case, coaches' husbands. Coach Anderson's coaching style in 3 different words. So you're describing yourself here and your style.
I think we can all agree. We can start off. I'm competitive.
Okay.
And I feel like that's been said. But I think the to go along with that is relationships are huge for me. These girls, it's our job to impact these girls' lives each and every day, and that's every time I walk in that gym, that's what I want to do. I'm going to push these girls 100%, but at the end of the day, these girls are high school kids. And
young ones.
Yeah. And that's what's been really great about this year, and is they're like sponges right now. I mean, they're just soaking everything in. They haven't hit that upperclassman
I know everything.
level yet.
Thing, yeah.
So I'd say competitive. Just building relationships is huge for me. I would say
fiery.
Yeah. I'd
And that may be another way of saying competitive.
Right.
I don't know, because you're not afraid to say something.
No.
I mean, like, whether it be good or bad, but there's some emotion there.
Well,
yeah.
and that's when we went to the shallow water tournament, when we won that shallow water tournament, we had to play 3 games back to back, if you want to say.
Yeah.
And so these girls have worked so hard to get here, and so I could see them kind of starting to lay down. Oh, nuh-uh. So we called this timeout, and I'm telling you, you could, and I.
The whole gym heard what you said.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, but were y'all listening to what I was saying? It was more of like a pump.
Yeah.
Like, here we go, about, and at the end of it,
it worked.
It was so quiet, so I just looked up at my parents and I said, am I right? And all the parents stood up and were like, yes! And so, the parents have been great too, so. But yeah, I'd throw feisty in there too. Coach
Anderson wishes she was better at. What do you wish you were better at?
Oh, I'm going to throw spelling.
You know what? We could all take a page there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could all take a page there. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The old spell check on the phone or on the whatever you've got going on. Yeah, it comes in handy.
Yeah.
Coach Anderson would be coaching blank if she wasn't coaching volleyball.
I'd say track.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this will be, I was coaching softball at, shout out to Caldwell. God,
Sherry Caldwell.
I'm telling you, she's taught me
MVP.
more things than anybody, to be honest. I mean, she's
a sponge. You were a sponge.
She has a place in my heart, for sure. She's taught me a lot. So, I enjoyed softball. I didn't think I would. And I enjoyed it. The outside cold was...
Well, so is track.
That's a little tough.
Yes.
Yep, and I'm, getting put in track, and I ran track, like I said, for Joe and Kat, and I'm excited to be.
Because you're going to do track in the spring.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I'll be.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. And do you have a favorite? Before I let you get out here, do you have a favorite like Joe Sexton quote or story? Anything that he says all the time?
Oh gosh.
I'm putting you on the spot there. That's probably not fair.
Oh,
I mean, every time I deal with him, he's telling me that he's drinking coconut tea and blueberry tea, or he's sending me pictures of his cut up watermelon. This is all true, by the way, because he's a watermelon fiend. He loves it. He eats it every night for dinner. But I didn't know if there was something that he says all the time that like if I asked you to imitate him or something, what would you?
Well, you got to add the accent in there. Yesterday, he's, oh, Anderson, and Joe's kind of like my dad.
Yeah.
And we kind of joke around and we call him Grandpa Joe because we're all at the same age, pretty much at the school. We're all,
a lot of you.
We're young.
Yes.
And so he walks around and takes care of all of us. And it's just, you'll hear in the hallway, hey, Joe, and there's never a day where he's not like, I'll sit down, we're talking. I mean, he just helps us.
Yeah, he's rolling. Yeah, because I think it's been really fun to watch him kind of flourish and do his thing too, and kind of build all of you guys as coaches and a staff under what he thought it would be.
He's busy, and not only he's in season, he's helping us. He's helping
busy.
me, which I'm in season. So
he's never home.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No, and He's at every single one of our games too.
Every one of them, and I know that he makes it a big deal about all
Yeah.
the football guys being there too. So
Yeah.
that's what I think has been fun about watching that school kind of start, is that y'all all show up to everybody else's stuff,
Yeah.
and that's what's fun. And when basketball starts rolling around, and track meets, and baseball, softball games, and all that kind of stuff, it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, the volleyball, soccer, or volleyball, football
Yeah.
stuff has been fun to watch.
That water tower culture.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. See, that's a good one.
We
The
would-
water tower culture.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Bumps
I-
in the road make for beautiful destinations. That's
Yes.
right. We just put that on a water tower.
Yeah.
You know, Chamber of Commerce type stuff out here
Yeah.
and off of Woodrow. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so district play starts at noon on Saturday. You're off to the races. You'll play 2 matches a week, and then starts to get pretty serious, because then you start looking at playoffs and all the things,
Yeah.
and it gets very real. And there's just, you can kind of start to see the end. It's not that far off as you're here,
Which is
and
crazy,
we're
yeah.
getting into October, and playoffs start rolling around pretty quick, and
Yeah.
so then it gets. Yeah, then it's
Yeah.
like for real, like winning, keep going, losing, go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our little saying
Go
is
to track.
underclassmen have upperclassmen goals, and they got some big goals. So
Oh, there
we're
you
gonna-
go. You have lots of sayings. I
We
like that.
We do.
Yeah.
We got to, we got to keep these little.
Grit, culture, bumps in the road make
Yeah.
for beautiful destination. Underclassmen have upperclassmen goals. I
Yeah.
like that. This is good.
Yeah.
Hey man, you speak things into existence.
Yeah.
Like when you're 9 years old, and now
Yeah.
you're sitting here.
Yep. Dream
next,
job.
next to a knucklehead
Yeah.
on a podcast. Yeah, right there with a school that didn't even exist. But a few months ago. So, well, Coach, good luck. Keep your kids healthy. Keep smiling. Keep doing your thing. Fiery, competitive. All the things. And it's been fun to watch. And we'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
So there she is, right there, Katelyn Anderson. Go check them out. Again, start district play at noon this Saturday at Laura Bush Middle School, the temporary home. You can also follow Coach Anderson's group. I think we have it on the crawl on the bottom on their Twitter account. At Liberty Volleyball. It's going to be at Liberty VB_LCP, and we'll put that on the crawl right there. So if you're watching this, but go check them out, man. She does a great job. It's been fun to watch, and more good times on the way. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time.